Hey everybody, it's Sean. It's Sunday, the 23rd of May, and I wanted to continue along this theme that I seem to have stumbled upon for this month of May, and this theme tends to roughly look like forgiveness, an acknowledgement of our imperfections, an acknowledgement of our flaws, an acknowledgement of our past mistakes, and of our unskilled behavior in the past, and the things that we've done to ourselves and to our families and to our friends that may have been hurtful in the past, and using those as a means by which we can plant new seeds and transform ourselves. And a couple of different metaphors come to mind, and we've used them before, and other people have used them too. And what I want to suggest to you is that playing the old movies over and over and over again is not helpful. That there's a lesson to be learned from our past mistakes, but the lesson has to be learned, and then we have to move on. We have to keep moving forward. We have to transcend what's happened in the past and then orient ourselves towards the future again. And it doesn't mean that we've lost the lesson, but it means that we have intelligent regret. And I love the teaching story that was shared earlier this month, or that I shared earlier this month from Pema Chodron, and her story about the Dalai Lama. Because I think it really illustrates the difference between, intelligent regret, guilt, and shame. When we experience guilt and shame, there's nothing transcendent about that. Guilt and shame is packing a bunch of baggage, old stuff, old stinky garbage that we were responsible for creating. Through our actions, through our unskilled, sloppy actions, we created pain and suffering and stinky stuff in our lives and the lives of others. And then there's a part of our self that wants to carry that around, that doesn't want to let us forget it. And that's in the category of guilt and shame. Carrying that old stinky garbage around, replaying the old movie over and over and over again, beating ourselves up with all this stuff. That is guilt and shame. But there's nothing productive about guilt and shame. It's just rotting. It's just festering. It's just badness and pain that you're continuing to carry around with you because you feel as if you should. But what I want to suggest to you is that guilt and shame is not productive, and it's not transcendent. That if you experience those, and you will, because you're human, you will make mistakes. You will do some things that you're not proud of. You will do some things that are painful to others. You will do some horrendous, sometimes even horrific sort of things. But you need to transcend those as a human being. You need to learn the lesson and turn that over so the soil can get refreshed and grow something new. And you need to let it go, because ultimately forgiveness is to be forgiving of something, to take a stand for the giving of yourself, the best of yourself, to the world, regardless of what the world does back to you. And in order to be forgiving, you need to free your hands. You can't be carrying that baggage. And you need to orient towards the future. You can't be just looking at the past. You need to look towards the future of what you can give and bring to the situation. So you learn the lesson, yes, and you bring that lesson into the world, forgiving. Forgiving love, forgiving peace, forgiving joy, forgiving all the goodness into the world, bringing it into the world. And you need your hands to do that. You can't be carrying baggage, and you need to be oriented towards the future. You can't be oriented towards the past. So there's a difference between guilt and shame and intelligent regret. Intelligent regret is the lesson, not the stinky garbage. Guilt and shame is the stinky garbage. Drop the stinky garbage, take intelligent regret, learn the lesson, and bring forward what you've learned into the world to make the world a peaceful, healthier, happier place. And the other quick analogy or metaphor that I wanted to leave you with is that there's this sense, it's as if we have a bucket inside of us, and the bucket gets punched full of holes, and the holes are from behaviors or things that we've done, things that we've said that we're not proud of, and it punctures holes in the bucket. And sometimes we have all these holes in the bucket, and we have to try to keep the bucket full, so we keep reaching for things outside of ourselves to put into that bucket. Because if we can just keep things coming in from the outside world, that bucket stays full, and we don't have to worry about repairing the holes. What I want to suggest to you is, again, that those holes are from guilt and shame. And that in order for the holes to become filled, you must take the next action, which is, what is it that I regret here? What will I do differently in the future? And then move on and let the baggage go. That's equivalent to patching the holes in the bucket. So intelligent regret fixes the bucket. Now you can be fulfilled from the inside out, because now you've taken the lesson and you've planted new seeds, and the new seeds of growth are for the positive characteristics, the positive behaviors that you want to bring into the world, the things that you want to take a stand for, like forgiveness, the things you want to be forgiving of. I want to be forgiving of myself into the world. I want to be for extending love from myself to the world. I want to be for giving peace from myself into the world. I want to be giving those things to the world, and those seeds now can grow and bring forth fruit. So I hope that's helpful to you. It's forgiving of yourself, allowing yourself to be for the giving of something that you've learned from the hard lessons of the past and that you're transcending and bringing into the world as an artist. You're perfectly imperfect. All works of art are. Be forgiving of yourself. Bring your best into the day. You will make mistakes. Transcend them. Don't carry the guilt and shame in the stinky garbage. Transcend them. Let it be intelligent regret that then grows into new fruits that you can bring into the world. That's what I'm trying to do, and I hope that you're trying to do that as well. I wish you all the best. I hope you're well. I look forward to our future conversations. Yours in peace, love, and light. Namaste.